How to draw snow peas. Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. Today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute little pod of snow peas with coloring pencils. I'll show you how to do this step by step. This is an easy drawing lesson for kids, beginners, and kids of all ages. Hi everyone, welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Alphabet Soup, we choose a letter from the alphabet and we draw food that starts with that letter. So let's draw. This is what you'll need for today's drawing. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 11 inches by 8.5. You'll need a pencil and an eraser. And I have my old paintbrush that I used to dust off my page from eraser bits and dust. Today we are using coloring pencils and we're using greens. I've got 3 greens here, light, medium, and dark green. You could use 1 green or 2 greens, whatever you have. We're just having fun today. And as usual, I have my fine-tipped black marker for outlining. So why don't I clear off my space here and we can begin drawing our pod of snow peas just in time for spring. All right, this is alphabet soup, so we always write out the word of what we are drawing. Now, snow peas starts with S. Why don't we draw a capital S and a small s? And let's write out snow peas. So it's a capital S, N, O, W. That's snow, and peas, we'll write a capital P with an E, an A, and an S. There we go, snow peas. So let's draw our snow peas. Now, the pod of the snow pea is what holds the peas, right? It's a pod, and it kind of looks like maybe a little bit like a banana. So why don't we draw a relatively straight line, and we will draw kind of a curvy line like this. Just like that. And on the top, there's always a little stem, so I'm just drawing a few little squiggles. And around this side, we'll draw another curvy line, and we'll have it meet at the tip of the bottom of the pod. So that's our pod. Now let's draw our peas. Peas are, generally speaking, round, so let's see how many we can fit inside the pod. You can make them big or small. You can make a whole bunch of small ones if you want, but I'm going to draw big peas. There we go. So I got 6 peas in my pod here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some faces, or at least some eyes right now, because I want all the peas to have little faces in them. So I'm going to draw just some circles in all of them. Just 2 little circles in each one of them to make it look like these are eyes. And we'll put in all the detail later. I just wanted to put them in there so that we don't cover them up with green when we're coloring in the peas. Now I'm going to take my fine tip black marker and I am going to outline everything. And I don't really care about following my lines because I'm going to erase my pencil marks. But if you don't want to erase your pencil marks, I suggest that you try to follow the lines, okay? Just so they don't show. I just think it looks really nice when you outline everything. And I'm going to do the same thing with those peas. And I will outline the eyes too. And like I said, we'll put in detail later, like a smile and some pupils in the eyes. But for now, let's just outline everything.
go. Everything is outlined. Now I'm going to erase my pencil marks. So if you're going to do that, check your marker and make sure it's dry so you don't smudge everything all over the place, okay? And I'm going to lightly erase. There we go. I believe I erased everything. Oh, that is my cat scratching at the door. Anyone who watches these videos knows that there's always going to be pet sounds. All right, so why don't we start with, let's color in the peas first, and that's where I have my lightest green. If anyone wants to know, it's called spring green. So I'm just going to color in the peas, but I'm not going to color in the eyes, okay? Just around the eyes, and I'm pressing down lightly. I'm not pressing down hard on my pencil, and I'll tell you why after. But if you've done these videos before, you know why already. And I like to color in little circles. Oh, my cat is making noise out there. He's being a little brat, trying to get attention, I think. And surprisingly, my 5 dogs are very quiet, which is nice. They're all sleeping. So I'm just coloring in all of the peas, and I'm turning my pencil once in a while, turning it like this, just so we don't wear it all down on one side. Because if you wear it all down on one side, the problem is you have to keep sharpening it, and it doesn't last very long if you have to sharpen it all the time, right? And we want to try to keep our art supplies as long as possible because they're too expensive. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second layer of green. That just means I'm coloring it in a second time. That's why I told you you don't have to press down hard, because we just keep adding more color to get what we want. And it looks a lot nicer when you add layers. Okay, you see the difference between 1 and 2 layers there? So I'm going to do that for all the peas. And usually, for everything that I color, I always add at least 2 layers. Sometimes 3, depending on what it looks like. And I'm turning my pencil and I'm not pressing down hard. Another reason we don't want to press down hard is because it makes our hand tired and we have to go like this all the time. And we don't want to do that while we're drawing. We want to have fun. We don't want to have an achy hand. I love this color of green. It reminds me so much of spring. Well, it is called spring green. That's the name of the color, spring green. Snow peas remind me of spring also. There we go. So we've got our peas all colored in. Next up, I'm going to take my darker green and I'm going to color in the entire inside of the pod, but I'm going to be careful not to get any dark green into the peas. So I'm just kind of going around the peas. And I'm turning my pencil, being careful not to press down too hard. Spring is just around the corner, isn't it? I live in Canada, in Atlantic Canada, near the Atlantic Ocean, and we still have snow, but it's all slowly melting. I'm so happy about that. And even if we have a little snowstorm now and then, it doesn't stick around long because the temperatures are getting warmer every day, which is really, really nice. I love it. There are a lot of birds outside, and I saw the Canadian geese, the Canada geese, flying back from being south for the winter, and that's always a sign that spring is very close when the geese come back. Don't forget to turn your pencil. I'll just go in between here. Okay. Do you guys like peas? Snow peas are a little bit different than green peas. They sort of grow the same, they grow in pods. But snow peas, they taste different, I think. They taste more like beans, like green beans, I think. There we go. That's our first layer. I'm going to add a second layer of that dark green to the inside of the pea pod, okay? And I'll leave it up to you if you want to do the same. I just want it to be a little darker. There we go. I like to steam snow peas. You put them in a little wire basket over boiling water and it steams them instead of boiling them. And they get nice and crispy. They're really good if you mix them with rice and vegetables and some soy sauce. That's called a stir fry. They're great for stir fries. And they're nice and fresh in the spring. Nothing frozen. I like fresh veggies. But where I live, you can't always get fresh veggies because, we have winter. And vegetables don't usually grow in the winter unless they're growing indoors. But, it's nice to have the fresh stuff in the summer and in the spring. Oh, my dog just woke up and moved around. That's the noise you just heard. There we go. So that's our second layer of dark green. Now I'm going to take that medium green. It's called apple green for anyone who's interested. And I'm going to fill in the outside of the pod and that little stem there. And I'm going to give this a second layer right away. It's very close to the apple green color, but it's just a little darker. But if you only have two colors of green, use the light green for the outside. And I'm turning my pencil. I'm going to start down here. It's easier for me to start at the bottom here. There we go. Now I'm going to give that a second layer just to make it a little bit more vibrant green so we don't see the page underneath so much. There we go. I think this is looking pretty good. So why don't we add a little bit of detail now? I've got my fine tip black marker, and you could use a black coloring pencil if you like. And I'm going to add some pupils. Usually I draw them out with pencil, but these eyes are so small. I'm just going to do it like this. You see what I did there? Just some pupils there. Little round circles at the bottom of the eyes. Let's make this guy look up. We put the pupils on the top if we want him to look up. And this guy's going to look to the side, like that. Maybe this one will look this way, like that. And this one's going to look up. Okay, so we've got the eyes all done. Let's give them some smiles. We're going to have little smiles. Let's give this guy a big smile with some teeth, little crooked teeth. And some smiles over here. There we go. You can make them look any way you want. So that's it, my friends. These are our snow peas. Now, don't forget to sign your work. I want you to be very proud of the beautiful work of art that you just created. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends, and we'll see you next time on Alphabet Soup. Thanks for watching. Bye.